Hello, everyone. My name is Nekme Obasoge, reporting from Toronto, Canada. I'm here today in the studio to discuss about a very important topic, the issues affecting Nigerian community in Italy. I have with me in the studio, all the way from Italy, Mr. Vincent Idele-Iyen. Hello, Mr. Vincent, can you hear me?
Yes, very
Oh,
well.
okay.
I can hear you. See, I
Thank
was
you.
noticing some reflections from the end, so I just had to change because I'm at work. Okay. Thank you for having me. And good evening. I'm pleased to be here.
Thank you for joining us on the program
Yeah.
today, Mr. Vincent. I know that you are the president of Nigerian Union in Venice, in Italy, and you have been involving in advocacy group, especially when it comes to some issues affecting the Nigerian community in Italy. I've seen you in the past interviewed by some Italian journalists, both in the national level and the state level, interviewing you, and you have appeared in many Italian TV channels in the country. You are very well integrated into the Italian community there, and you can speak the language fluently. So, yeah, with this involvement and everything, recently we saw on the news that some Nigerians were illegally incarcerated in Italy.
Okay. Actually, it's thank you once again for this program. Actually, it is something that is very, very important to go into the situation, the causes of these things. We have also seen the report, and before now, there have been other people complaining, and many people are put to jail, and some of them claim that they are innocent of the crimes and stuff. So the unjust imprisonment, incarceration of our people is something that we must also look into. We have to find out what actually is the cause. So just as I said, apart from what this video reported, the video of the Edo State Commissioner, we have had other people reporting similar issues. And now it is time to go into it. As soon as I saw that video, I took it upon myself to find out what exactly is going on, and also to defend anyone that may be innocent that is currently suffering in the prison. So it is something that maybe we think it is a bit complicated, but it is not really, because even the Italian authorities, for instance, maybe the Prime Minister of Italy is not aware of this issue. Could also be that the president, the Italian president, is not aware of this issue. So we have to put it to them so that they become aware before they cannot report back if it is true or not. But we have had a lot of complaints. Some people are suffering unjustly, just like other issues that we have reported in the past. It's almost the same thing. But we really,
Okay,
really, really need
do
to
you have
find
any,
out, because some
is
few
there
days
any,
ago, so yeah, some few days ago, an Italian organization contacted me. They were asking for some kind of collaboration to save the Nigerians and the image of Nigerians, because it is as if here in Italy, Nigerians are being used to play politics. Later we'll come to that, because there are other issues that led to things like that. Really, Nigerians are being used by the right wing to play politics. Because when they want to campaign, mostly they put the activities of Nigerians as their primary campaign point. So this is not also right because Nigeria of this, just because we are also going to go into that. I already collaborated with this Italian organization as well. This organization was founded only solely for the defense of the Nigerians. I didn't even know about it until they contacted me. So
So yeah,
it
who
is really, really important that we are going to go into
who
that
are the
as well.
who are the people that implemented the organization? Who are the people that implemented
Sorry,
this organization?
the people that implemented these organizations are Italians. They are Italians.
Okay, it's like an advocacy group, right?
They are advocacy group, but advocacy to restore the image of Nigerians and to fight against using Nigerians as an instrument of political campaigns. You understand?
Mm.
Yeah, it's very, very interesting. In fact, when they contacted me, I was happy. They know that it's what I'll be doing, fighting for the rights of the Nigerians, defending the image of the Nigerians. So they actually funded this organization only for this purpose, nothing else.
Really?
Yes, yes, I was thrilled. I was really, really impressed when they
You know,
called me.
like what I said earlier, that you are well integrated into the the Italian community there in Italy. Beside this organization implemented by the Italians themselves, do you have any other strategy to address this ongoing incarceration or lawful incarceration of Nigerians in the country? We have to discuss about this first before we go to the other topic about
Okay.
apprehension of children from Nigerian mothers in Italy. So we would like to see anyone who is a victim of illegal incarceration in the country. Do you know anyone?
Okay. Yes, yes. I know some, maybe even more than one. Now, I will try to speak with someone if he can come online. If he cannot come online, we just go on. Now, I would like to go straight, try to explain why there is this victimization. In Italy, there is a section of the Italian law that was drafted to combat the mafians, the Italian mafias that we're talking about, maybe the Camorra, we're really talking about the Italian mafias, of which they are very, very powerful. They are very, very powerful. We have a lot of them. And this law was actually drafted. It is a 416 bis. In Italian language, it's called Quattro Sedici bis. This law was drafted for the Italian mafias, the real mafias. And when we are talking about mafia, it is different from court. We will also come to that because the mafias are more organized. They have powers internationally. They control drugs, ammunitions, human trafficking. Most times, even they have hands in some terrorism and some issues. These are strong offenses, international offenses. So this law can give you up to 140 years, 150 years in jail. So the problem that we are trying to understand is, why is this law being used for Nigerians, even if they are seen as court members? Because this is basically the reason why these things are happening. Courts can be seen as a group of people that came together to be recognized as a society or an organization. Let's just put it that way. Even if they have little crimes, because most times the only crime that you can trace to most of them could be fighting.
Mm.
Then at the same time, there are a lot of people that were, for instance, they are associated in Nigeria. But while they came to Italy, they stopped doing these things. Then maybe they still have friends, they talk on the phone and a lot of things. Then when it is time to make an arrest, it is possible that through telephone conversation, a lot of people get involved
Mm.
and they are also detained and imprisoned. This
Oh
is the
Lord.
part that we are looking at.
So
Understand?
they trace them through their telephone
Yes,
contacts. So anybody
yes,
in their contact can be a victim or can be
can
victims
be a
of,
victim.
of
For
the same
instance, you
case.
are a member of a secret court, and someone else that is a member of the same court,
Mm.
though sometimes it is called secret court, can call you on phone and maybe say something that is related.
Mm.
And when the investigation begins,
Mm.
you can also be incarcerated
Oh. Mm.
because of the telephone conversation. For
Mm-hmm.
instance, you rightly talked about something that has to do with this court, with that same person that is under investigation. So you could also be picked up and be put behind bars. Like the person that would try to see if he can come online was actually held for 3 years. He
Illegally.
was not sentenced. Yes, it is because mafia, the crime here is not a bailable offense.
Mm-hmm.
Once they pick you, you are going straight inside because I'm talking about this 416 article 416 of the Italian law. Just as I said, they will also listen. Articolo 416 bis. This is the law they are using against the Nigerians. But I will try to analyze it a bit because it will be like jailing someone that went to steal food to eat in a supermarket the same way you are jailing the person that is an armed robber that picked up a gun, went to someone's house, robbed,
Mm.
maybe killed one or two
Mm.
people. So this is the problem that we are having.
Mm.
We don't have
Mm.
mafias. And when any member of a secret court in Nigeria
Mm.
travels abroad, sometimes they also accuse them of human trafficking. Yes, if you are charging them for human trafficking, that was a member of a secret court and finds himself in Italy. Right here in Italy, if you are a member of a secret court, this court, whatever it is, becomes a baby gang when it is compared with the meaning of mafia. Yeah, it is. That is why I said before that it's these are cases that we have gotten reports of in the past.
Mm.
Now it's as if someone came out for the first time to
Mm.
speak about it openly.
Mm.
Meanwhile, there are lots of people that have said, I am innocent of this thing that they are charging me for. I'm innocent of this thing that they are jailing me for. There can be a mistake in the legal process or the judiciary process. I have assisted a lot of Nigerians, and we have realized in some cases that some were actually innocent in relationship to what they were charged for. it can happen. But it is a big thing now because we heard of over 300 Nigerians. 300 people is a community. This is a very, very big number. So that is why it is important to go into these issues and find out, because we are going to write directly to the authority. We are going to build a day for a protest. We are going to ask for more information about these Nigerians that are being imprisoned. And at the same time, we are going to carry along the Nigerian embassy, the ambassador, so that they also can perform their duties. It is alarming because in that video, he said 300 innocent Nigerians. So we really, really need to go into this issue. That is why I also posted that video on our page instantly, asking for an adequate investigation. Because I know that in Italy we have a minimum of 1,000 plus Nigerians that are in prison, that are being jailed. The statistics, I think it should be about 1,000 thereabouts. So if we have 300 Nigerians that are currently suffering, then this is a big number. They are suffering innocent. So this is why we are not going to rest on this issue. Just as I said, I also have to speak with the person that brought out this issue. Like they say, hear from the horse's mouth. He reaffirmed the complaint. He reaffirmed that, yes, it is true. And on his own, he's doing everything possible to bring it out to the public. So I spoke with him, the commissioner, so he reaffirmed it. He said, yes, it's true. He does not know. He said, I don't know about other crimes, other things that Nigerians may have committed, but I'm trying to talk of those that have been punished
for minor
in
offense.
relationship with mafia. You understand? Yes, you may have done one or two things and you are in the prison. It has nothing to do with this. But if you are also done one or two things or haven't done anything and you are in prison, it also has to do with this, because someone may have been jailed innocently for any reason.
So I think, according to my understanding, they classify this what do they call it, courtesan, in the same group with mafias. You understand? I think so, right?
Yeah.
So that is why any member of court that they try to arrest, they will apply the theory or the case of a mafia, and that person will be indicted like a mafia in the country. So I think that is what they are trying to do right now, applying the theory of a mafia to Curtis members in the country, because they believe that a Curtis as an organization is like the mafia organization in Italy. So of which for us who are Nigerians, we believe that the offense is not that very severe, that they should be punished as mafias in the country, right?
Yes, I understand you. But what we are trying to do is, if there is any need, of which there is need to differentiate, because in any country there are laws that can punish different crimes. Take for instance, someone that picks up a gun and kill a neighbor, or someone that killed his wife, or someone that went desperate, that killed one or two or three or five or 10 people at the same time. Then there could be different laws that will be used to judge the different cases. This is what I'm trying to express. Because if what the Nigerians here are doing, I know you are aware I did some I had to fight against some things that the Nigerians are doing here in Italy. And but what I'm trying to say is, if this crime is like this, it is not right to apply this at 416, because the at 416 is a very, 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 very strong law that is used for top mafias. And just like I said, the Nigerians in Italy can in no way go close to these same people because of the difference in the activities and the connections and the ammunitions. It tells of a lot of things. Because
So,
when you are
Vincent,
talking about mafias, we are talking about Italian mafias.
Vincent, one,
They
Vincent,
have
what,
sophisticated ammunitions. They have, yeah, I can hear you. Yes,
Vincent,
I can hear you.
we are judging here based on our own.
No. We are not judging. That is why I said
Mm,
the 300 innocent Nigerians is a situation that has to be investigated. But
you're
also trying to
investigating.
tell you that I've had other reports. It's not as if I'm judging. That some people are being jailed. Really? Yes. Some people are being jailed. Some Nigerians are being jailed in connection with maybe cultism or connection with other things. Then Article 416. So this is the part that we are trying to understand, because there are differences. I'm not judging, but I'm trying to say we are going to find out why this law is being applied to Nigerians. Because the Nigerians cannot even go as far as 10% of what the Italian mafias are doing. So if it is true, then it is wrong to apply the same law. This is what I mean.
Okay. You are
We are
saying
talking
it.
about Nigerians now. We are talking about Nigerians. But
Yes.
someone that had this experience also
Mm,
told me that there are a lot of young Italians,
mm.
maybe in their 20s, that are also victims.
Oh,
Take
also
for
victims,
instance,
victims
yes,
of the
yeah.
same crime.
So someone that experienced it told me that there are a lot of young Italians that are being wasted in the same prison. Maybe, for instance, a young
Really?
guy has a connection, or maybe talking with someone that maybe he doesn't even know. That person could be a mafia lord or anything. Then, in
Mm.
the end, such a person can also be picked up. We are talking about Nigerians because it is they are our citizens, fellow citizens. But the people that went inside
That's what
also told me
concerns.
that not
That's what
only
concerns
Nigerians,
us.
there
Yeah.
are a lot of young Italians that are suffering the same thing.
Mm,
You see?
okay.
So it is
Mm,
not
mm, mm,
only about us. We are concerned because it's as if we have been singled out out of the
mm,
Africans in Italy. Now, but there are Italians that
mm.
are suffering the same fate right now as we talk. So it's not only a Nigerian thing.
Oh,
So this is the point.
oh,
Because the prosecutors
mm,
are the ones actually going about compounding the crimes of these people. You understand? So that is why I said we really need to find out why these things are like that. Talk with the prosecutors,
Okay,
talk with
which means
the judges, and so on. You said what?
mm, I said,
Yeah,
which
really.
means the Italian justice system is arrived with corruption. Then they are running a very corrupt system because I see no reason why they should be incarcerating innocent citizens, even though they commit minor crimes, maybe domestic violence. Why are they applying the law of mafia to all these cases in the country? So I think the justice system needs to be reformed. Yes, that is what I would say. Italy, that is what is going on. I'm not in Italy. From what people are saying right now, yes, the justice system should be reformed.
You have a point. That is why, I said initially that there is, I don't know, maybe there is a kind of a click, you know. That is why I told you there
Someone
is one
said,
thing I love about Italy. The Italian authorities, when they know about certain issues and they go into investigation, they do what is right. But mind you, you need to at times, because you may never know the people that are interested in some cases. But if you want to get justice, you have to inform the authority. The authority, when I'm talking about the authorities, you have to let the government know about it, not only the court or the lawyers or the prosecutors. At the same time, you have to also bring this stuff to the Italian police. The Italian police could be the best in the world when it comes to investigation, you know. But when you ask them to make arrest, they can make the arrest. Then they go further to investigate. But mind you, the Italian police cannot act as your family to follow up your case until the end. I don't know if you understand me.
hmm,
What if the Italian police has
I'm
left
getting you.
their reports? The Italian police have left their reports on the particular case, but someone else is interested in that case. The case goes on. The report of the police could be positive. This person is innocent, or want this person to go. But they already left their report. They are the police. They do their job and they go. They make the arrest, do their investigations, and they go. But someone else could be interested, and the case goes on. I will tell you about a case of a Benin girl. This is even a Benin girl. This girl, one day, I heard that a girl died, just like many other cases. How did she die? She committed suicide. Ah, wow. In in a matter of 2 days, people started calling me, Presido, this girl cannot commit suicide. This girl, she's so happy with her two beautiful children. How can she commit suicide? No, there's something wrong somewhere. I said, are you sure? They said yes. Then I had to call the police that is in charge of that area. I went there, we discussed. Do you know that the police were convinced that that girl was murdered? Can you hear me? They were convinced that that girl was murdered by someone, possibly the husband, because she was married to an Italian. Now, what can they do? They asked me to call for the parents. Then I invited the parents. They explained everything to them. Then I reported the issue to the journalist. The journalist, they already put it on the newspaper that there is the parents of this person is suspecting that their child was murdered. Okay, now let's follow up this case. The police kept on saying this girl was murdered. This girl is so tall. She cannot commit suicide in that bathroom where they say she committed suicide because she's so tall. And the bathroom is not even that high for someone of her height to hang herself and die.
Okay.
You understand?
Yes.
Now, I invited the family members because they said, without the family members, there is nothing that I can do. Actually, I invited the family members. I was even asking them for the girls' mother and father's contacts in Nigeria because they could come because of that. All of a sudden, I don't know what happened. I don't know if they were threatened. Before I knew what was happening, they traveled back to where they came from. I started looking for them. And now they were about to bury this girl without an autopsy. It was the Italian police that called the journalist. I don't know if you understand me. It was the Italian police that called the journalist. They said they are about to bury this girl and they're not supposed to bury her without an autopsy. Inform the family members. Then the journalist quickly called me. She is working with one of the biggest newspapers in Italy. She quickly called me. Vincent, they are burying her without an autopsy. The parents, the family members, they need to stop this burial, even if it is her husband that ordered the burial. Vincent, they just called me now. The police just called me now. Stop this burial. But there was no way I could stop the burial because I'm not a family member. Then I started calling our family members that I have their numbers. They never pick my phone call anymore. You understand? So in the end, she was buried just like that. You understand? So this is why I'm telling you that there are things that can take place without the knowledge of the authority and the Italian police. I'm telling you the truth. This is why we really need to find out, because you can take this issue up to the parliament or to the prime minister or the president, and they will tell you, we are not aware of this. Find out what is happening.
Proper investigation.
This is why you need to bring it to their notice, because they may not be aware. I just told you the history of this girl now. She was buried without an autopsy.
Hey.
The children now, nobody is aware of where they are. Nobody knew anything anymore. So this is what I'm saying. But you see that you find out that even the Italian police were angry. The journalists were angry. But if there is someone that is interested in a way, things will go wrong. You understand? There is a case in Italy that is very, very popular that took place in Perugia. One African guy. I also followed up that case a lot. I wrote a lot of petitions. That boy was sentenced to jail because of what could have been murder. But the Italian police insisted that this boy is innocent. This boy may not have murdered this girl. But there could be someone that is interested in a different way in the case. The other two people that were accused alongside with him became celebrities. But the black guy went to jail. I wrote a lot of petitions, made a lot of protests. In the first instance, the Italian justice came back to say, oh, we made a mistake in this judgment. We have to review this judgment. Yes, I'm telling you. They said they made a mistake. They have to review this judgment. Then they started reviewing this judgment. But I needed to contact the parents, the family members of this boy. Sometimes there are a lot of things that can take place here. Nobody was ready to stand for him. I think he's from Ivory Coast. I also represent the Africans and the African Union president as well. I went to the Ivory Coast community. I spoke with them. You people should come out. Let's look for these boys' parents wherever they are, or his family members wherever they are, so that we can represent this boy properly. The Italian police stood for this boy. They stood for this boy. I'm telling you, there are a lot of
Mm,
things.
mm,
They tried their best. They stood for him. But if you are not a family member, there is a level with which you can represent someone. You understand? But the Italian police actually tried their best, did a lot of things. I'm telling you because they personally informed me that this boy, if you study, maybe if you just try, just say Meredith Perugia,
mm,
because the girl is an English girl and she was murdered in Perugia. The Italian police never agreed that that boy was the guy that killed the girl.
mm,
They did their best. They will even tell you, no, this thing that happened here, no, it's not possible. That boy could not have done this. This thing that happened here, that boy could not have done it. But they have to do their job because they have to take orders. So that is why we are saying we really need to go in depth of what is happening to our Nigerians. I tried to ask the commissioner if these 300 people are in one place or if they are spread across Italy. And from the look of things, the way he spoke, people also spoke with him. So it's like a lot of people complained from different corners, and the statistics was approximately 300 Nigerians. So these 300 Nigerians, from my own point of view, could be crimes related to courtesan,
mm.
interpreted to be mafia.
Yeah, yes, they apply
You understand?
the law of mafia
Yes, yes, yes.
against, yeah.
Interpreted to be mafia.
Mm,
And in the end, you can get 100 years imprisonment. 100 years imprisonment is life imprisonment. 140, thereabout. Then there is also a case of about 70 people that we arrested some time ago. A lot of things. But what you are saying is, it's not as if you should not pay for your crime, but you should pay the price that is meant for your crime,
mm, mm.
not a
So,
price that is higher than that which you committed. This is just the point. We are not
so
saying that anybody is innocent now because we need to investigate. But if
yes.
at that,
Mm,
I believe that you cannot call Nigerians innately mafias. If you say they are court members, okay, a court can be any group of people that come together, maybe to defend themselves or stuff like that, or to do other things. You can also arrest people for human trafficking, but apply the law that was formulated to punish the person that committed human trafficking. If you are arresting someone for something that has to do with gang fighting, then you apply the same law that has to do with gang and fighting. Naturally, even if they go out of their heads and begin to fight on the street, you still cannot say they are mafias because the mafias are different set of people. They are too organized, they are too sophisticated to the point that you cannot say Nigerians are mafias.
mm,
So this is the point. So it is not right to
mm,
apply these
mm.
416Bs on Nigerians. This is just the point.
Listen,
Even if
this
the
is
person did whatever they picked him for, but
mm.
it is not right to apply these 416Bs on an average Nigerian because we are not mafias.
Don't
This
you
is the
think?
point.
Yeah, listen, thank you for this clarification.
Said because the mafias are far more sophisticated,
Mm,
it is not right to accuse Nigerians as mafias because if you say this is a mafia under the law, you're also going to state what the mafias are doing, what they do, and how they operate and everything. You understand me? Laws are made from conventions. If we find out in the long run that these people they're always fighting or they're always causing problems, if we do not have a law for such a crime, we can enact one. You understand? So you cannot pick from an existing law to punish a crime that is lesser, that is less relevant, for instance. That is why I said if someone is into human trafficking, you can punish that person as a human trafficker. If someone is always fighting and stuff like that, you can say, okay, they ganged up, they fought. Then
Domestic
you can also
violence.
find a
Domestic
law
violence,
to
yeah.
violence, you understand?
Domestic
Or if
violence
someone
is different.
kills someone, you can charge that person for murder.
Mm,
But it is not enough. I'm not, I'm not saying that Nigerians may not be involved in one or two things. But what
mm,
I'm trying to say is that it is not enough to call them mafias because we are not mafias. Because when you hear of mafia in Italy, you fear.
It's a
I don't
serious
know if you
crime.
understand me.
It's a serious crime in the
If
country.
you are careful, you find out that the mafias could be maybe after the government of Italy, maybe the next government could be the Italian mafia. I don't know if you understand me.
Mm,
So if you think, imagine, or try to understand, even the Italian mafias in the United States, Italian mafias, anywhere they are, this is a different thing entirely. So you cannot punish someone
mm.
that maybe, that's why I said we could see what the Nigerians are doing as something that some Italian baby gangs would do. You understand? So it is not right to give them the portion of a mafia.
Okay,
This is
okay,
what I'm saying because
yes.
they are not mafias,
Well,
and we may never be mafias here in Italy.
Vincent, given that you have this connection with Italian
You say?
journalists, you can speak the language very well, and you have connection with Italian journalists in the country. Why can't you use these journalists to communicate this message to the public?
Okay. Now, that is what I told you now. Like in this month of August, I already have things lined up. And I'm going to add this one to it as well. Just like I told you before, this August we'll be holding a conference, an international conference, of which Nigerian politicians, Edo State politicians will also be attending.
Hmm.
Then I also planned a protest already for those children that are constantly being taken from Nigerians this
That
same
one
month
is
of August. So now I'm going to add this one to it. I also told you how an Italian musician contacted me because they are formed to defend Nigerians. So now I am going to write and talk. Possibly, if I can get two or three victims, four, five, that will stand and testify, I will call a press conference. You understand? So in this press conference, they can express themselves and explain what they passed through. Also, at the same time, explain what they did and how what they did was misinterpreted or related as mafia.
Hmm.
You understand me? So there is already this plan. That is why I had to also speak with the commissioner, who is also ready. He told me that he will be traveling to Abuja. He has to see the Ministry of Foreign Affairs and all those people. He wants to do a lot of things right there. So I also told him, while you are doing that, keep us informed because we are also going to be moving over here. So it's something that we have to do. The first step is to speak with the people that are involved. Then the second step will be to make a relation, make a report to the main authority before the last step of trying to bring innocent people out. Because really, we need to speak to these people that are affected. We need to speak to more people because we need to act with proofs, we need to act with evidences.
Mm-hmm.
But I already know because I've spoken with people, I've read their case files, and I've seen that. That's why I'm saying it boldly. And I've seen that they are being charged with 416Bs, Article 416Bs. These are some things that I read personally. It's not as if someone told me. So that's why I can say it. Now we also need to more people. That's why I was asking him which prison, which prison, which prison, which prison are these people, or are they spread across? Because if you say they are in this prison, we can go there, follow it up. But first of all, we need to try as much as possible to speak with the people that are involved. Then, after speaking with those that are outside, we still need to speak with those that are inside. Then, write an official report to the Italian government seeking explanations. Just as I told you, if these things are going on this way, I am convinced that the Italian authority, the main authority, when I'm saying Italian authority, I'm talking about the main authority, they may not be aware of these things. So it is important that we inform them so that they too can call the people that are perpetrating these acts to order and ask them questions. In the
For me, I think
process,
it's
we ask for the
racial
release
profiling,
of our brothers.
racism, and racial profiling is what Nigerians are facing in the country.
You
Racism
said?
is number. I said racism is what Nigerians are facing in the country. Racism. So this racism is what led to racial profiling of
I
Nigerians.
can't hear you. Oh no,
Oh, you can
this
hear
thing
me.
is so
Oh.
bad. Hold on, hold on. Come again, please.
I say racism is at the root of this issue affecting Nigerians because it's racism that is leading to this idea of racial profiling. You know, racism is at the root of everything. Can you see hear me
Yeah, I can hear you.
now? Don't you think it's racism that's leading to this idea of racial profiling of Nigerians in the country?
Uh, Not really, not really. That is
Not
why I said
racism,
no.
not
That is why I
racism.
said Nigerians are not the only black people in Italy. So that is why I said it's something that we really need to understand. Nigerians are not the only black people in Italy, and from what we have gathered, we are the most victims. You know? So it may not be racism or that, because when you, if it is racism, then it has to do with every black person and some other colored people. Now, the issue of Nigerians in Italy, to a reasonable extent, that is why I said we have to find out what exactly is going on because it could be our negligence, it could be anything because most Nigerians in Italy hardly believe in themselves. I don't know if you understand me.
Mm,
So it could be as a result of anything, but it is not really racism because there are the Senegalese, there are the Ghanaians, there are the people from Ivory Coast, Gambia, and so on and so forth. You understand? So that is why I would not like to put it on racism. But we just have to try to find out if we have placed ourselves in a position for being used to create a diverted attention or to be used for political campaigns. We just have to find out if we have put ourselves in that position. I don't know if you
No,
understand,
what
because
political
if you are
campaigns is that?
concentrating on
How?
Nigerians, your attentions will be
No,
diverted. You said what?
no. When you say political campaign, how can we connect this with political campaign, illegal arrest of Nigerians with political campaign? Explain to us
Yeah,
now. We need to know.
you said, please come again with the question.
I said, how can we relate the illegal arrest of Nigerians in Italy with a political campaign in the country? That is what we want to know.
One, there are some political
Mm.
parties in Italy that basically their campaign is based on migration, and
Oh.
most times
Mm, mm,
they
mm, mm,
use
mm.
the activities of Nigerians
Mm,
as their number one plank during
mm,
their
mm, mm,
campaign.
mm,
Because
mm.
before you know it, they'll tell you these are Nigerians are doing this, these are doing this. So there are a lot of Italians being racist as well, some of them.
Mhm.
So when they see these things, they begin to support these political parties because these political parties have made them to believe that these people are a problem to their society.
Yes, I
You
understand.
understand? So in the long run, they get more votes because the people start thinking, this is the person that wants to protect us from our enemies, these people disturbing our streets, these people that are doing this. Since they want to protect us from them, let's just vote for them. Yeah,
Mm,
you
mhm.
understand? So it is something that we have to look into. That is why I said, from the political point of view, like
Okay.
like the Liganon, you know, like the Liganon, which is a political party in Italy, which has their secretary, I think it's still the secretary until now, Matteo Salvini.
Mm.
The only thing that they like to talk about is just, or the only thing they know to talk about is immigration. And most times, if anything has to do with Nigerians, oh, it is a party for them.